Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TNA podcast. Or if you're new here, welcome to the TNA podcast. I am by myself today. Alex, she went off to find Waldo. I don't know what that means, but she said it was the utmost importance to find her or him, actually. It could be her. I don't know. But anyway, this is my podcast. This is my well, not my podcast, but this is my episode. So Alex, she has a lot of stuff to do with TNA. So she said I could have full control over the podcast. Now, that could be a good thing, or it could be a bad thing. I don't know yet. We're about to see, but I am so excited. I'm also anxious. Like, one, this is my first official episode of me being completely in control. And so I was already a little nervous about it, but now I'm by myself because Alex got sick at the worst possible time. But it's okay. It is fine. Wish her, wish her, good luck and stuff. Get her, give her get well stuff. I don't know. This is gonna be my solo episode. I'm gonna just talk about my mental health and stuff. Now, if y'all are new to the channel, I'm gonna tell you the vibe I get off. So I'm kind of like chill, I'm kind of like cool. Alex is the type of person to like be, she's open and stuff. She's honest, although she also struggles with the same thing I do. But I just really don't open up about anything really. Like I'm just emotionally closed off and I'm trying to work on it. I am trying to work on it. I'm trying to be more open, more vulnerable. But, I have been through some stuff in my lifetime. And we're going to get into some of it. We're not going to get into everything because I don't want this podcast to be like 5 hours long. But we'll get into like some of it and stuff. And I want you guys to know who I really am. All right. I'm, this is a rare opportunity. I'm breaking down the walls. I'm putting the lock or unlocking my heart and stuff, and I am going to open my soul for this podcast, which is something I never done before. Because like I like making people laugh. So I like being silly and goofy. I don't like being sad, even though I am sad a lot of the time. I just don't let people know that because I don't want my depression to kill the vibes. Like I'm the fun one, I'm always the person people come to when they need to laugh and stuff. So I feel like I have to like keep that character going. Like if people know that I'm just as messed up as everyone else, it's just not gonna be a good look. Like I'm the fun one, not the sad one. So if I'm sad and people know that I'm depressed and stuff, like they might stop coming to me because they're gonna feel like, oh well, you know, he is just as messed up as I am. So I kind of like lock away my feelings. I know that's like a silly thing to do, but it's also the fact of me being a guy, and I don't mean to pull the gender card because like I think everyone has emotions and stuff, but society definitely kind of hits you in the head when it comes to like guys are not allowed to show emotions, guys can't cry. And I know it's gotten better in recent years, it's gotten better, but at one time, like if a guy cried, like people would just be like he's not a man, because men were not allowed to show emotions back then. And like I said, it's gotten better in society. Ow, I hit my hand, but we're gonna move on. It's gotten better in recent years, but it's still a little bit of a problem. It's still a little bit of a problem. I'm not even gonna lie. So I just try not to. By the way, it is literally storming outside. If you hear loud ruckus, like I'm horrified. Bro, the rain is so loud. I feel like it's gonna bust through my window. Guys, if this podcast just ends, right? It's probably because I'm dead. I drowned. The rain got my ass and it's over for me. And I'm sorry. That would be so unfortunate though. Like my first ever podcast of me taking control and then I just died. First podcast dead. The views would be lit though. But anyway, like I was saying, guys, there's a stigma or kind of like a cliche. I don't even know if I use those words correctly. I'm a high school dropout, so I don't know a lot of stuff. But yeah, there's definitely a thing about guys not showing emotions and stuff. So I want to take this opportunity, ladies. I'm gonna talk to the guys real quick, all right? But, guys, all right? From one guy to another. Screw those ladies, all right? Screw those women who say you can't show emotions because, you know, it'll take away your manhood, all right? First of all, who's to say? Who made up that rule? Who made up the rules that guys can't cry? Because that's a stupid thing to believe in. It's a stupid rule. Like, I want to know who actually came up with that nonsense. But if you're a guy, it's completely okay to cry. All right. I'm the fun one. I'm silly. I'm always cracking jokes and goofing off in the podcast, but I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. I cry like every night, you know? Literally, I lie in my bed and just cry. It's completely fine, you know? Anybody that says you're not allowed to, they can go suck a lemon, okay? And I hope it's the sourest lemon in the entire world. But it's okay. It's okay to fall apart. It's okay to be broken. No one's gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. You know, your true homies, they there for you. They there. Now, I'm not gonna get too much into my backstory, but I definitely didn't. I wouldn't say I came from like a broken home, but my mom was the best. I love my mom to death. Shout out to my mother. All right, I'm such a mama's boy. Alex already knows this. Like I talk about my mom all the time, and I low key feel like Alex gets annoyed sometimes. Um, she probably doesn't because like she's the sweetest person ever. Um, well, most of the time she's the sweetest person ever. But you know how those New Yorkers be. Um, anyway, my dad was a very physically abusive drunk alcoholic. And I don't remember much of what went on back then because I kind of suppressed the memories. Like, I just, it was traumatizing. So I legitimately, like, honestly, do not remember what happened. Like, I remember bits and pieces of everything, but as a whole, I don't fully remember what happened and what went on. But I do know it had to be bad and very traumatizing if I don't remember because I have a photographic memory. Like I remember 90% of everything. That was literally thunder. Guys, I'm so sorry. I literally picked the worst time to do this podcast. It is thundering and lightning, all right? So I hope you can hear me okay. And if my mic's cutting in and out, it's the freaking thunder and lightning, man. But sorry. Anyway, um what was I saying? Oh yeah. It had to be very traumatizing because, like I said, I have a photographic memory. I remember 90% of everything. So if I just don't remember anything about that, like I remember bits and pieces, but I don't remember a lot of the stuff. So, like, it had to be serious. And for what my mom told me war stories, you know, she told me the nonsense, the tomfoolery that went down back in the day. But I just want to say my dad's better now. He's sober. He's okay. He's not aggressive anymore. It doesn't take away what he did to me, and I don't think I can, like, fully ever forgive him, even though I don't remember what he did exactly, I just remember what my mom told me. So, I guess I could technically forgive him because I legitimately don't remember. But, yeah, it doesn't take away any like, what he did to me, but the fact that he actually got better, is is the good thing because a lot of bad parents, they don't care about their children. They don't want to get better. They just don't care. And my dad, he cared about me in his own weird way. But, alcohol just completely changes someone's personality. So it just turned him into this horrible person. But once he got sober, he was fine. But like I said, it doesn't take away what he did, but I appreciate the fact that he wanted to get better for me and for my siblings, so that's exactly what he did. So, shout out to him, I guess. But that's probably like, I'm 21 and I've never had any alcohol before. I know Alex has and stuff, a lot. We'll get into that at a later date or something, but I never had alcohol before, mainly because I've seen firsthand what it can do to people. Like I seen what it did to my dad, and like I said, Alex is the sweetest person ever. Like I love her so much. But even even with her, the alcohol made her a little mean. And I just saw that and I'm like, it kind of turned me away from alcohol because I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to be mean to people. I don't want to. I don't want to be this dickhead. Like, I just don't want to do that. Although I feel like if I did get drunk, I would be like a goofy drunk. I would be like a silly haha drunk. Does that make any sense? I wouldn't be an aggressive drunk because I'm not really that aggressive of a person. So, I'll be living it up and stuff. But I did tell Alex that if I was to ever have alcohol, since she does have a lot of experience, I would kind of want her to be there. Um, I would like want her to be there with me and stuff. So, because like I said, she has a lot of experience, and I don't really know how I'm gonna react. So just in case things go off the rails, I want my bestie to be there with me. Just in case. Um, just in case things go bad. So, also, I have. So there's this thing I want to do. I'm thinking I want to do question of the day, right? I want to do a question of the day, like every podcast, the serious podcast and mindful minute. I want to have a question of the day. I'm not going to tell you when it is. It could be at the beginning, in the middle, at the end. It's just somewhere in each episode, there's going to be a question of the day that I want to do. And I kind of want to see. This is so I can see who's actually listening to the entire podcast from start to finish. Like, if you comment the answers to the questions, then I know that you're a real one. You actually watch the podcast. So it's basically my way of seeing, like, who's actually paying attention and who's just kind of skimming through. Because I know some of you people don't even watch the full episode. Y'all just kind of skip around, and y'all need to stop. All right? Stop peeping on the channel. Subscribe and like while you're at it. We're on Spotify and YouTube. So, visuals are coming soon. Me and Alex are still working. You want to see our beautiful faces. I know. Trust me. We're just ready people. But you're going to have to wait a little bit. You're going to have to wait a little bit. And it's fine. But, question of the day. Going to ask it right now. So, question of the day. I want to know, what is the weirdest combination that you really like? Well, food combination. Let me reword that question. What weird food combinations do you really like? So, when it comes to food combination, I'm going to answer this real quick. But when it comes to weird food combinations, a combination or a weird, I don't know, because like I'm really picky, so I'm trying to think of like weird food combinations. I don't really, I don't really, I don't really think of like weird food combinations and stuff. Like, I guess fried chicken and waffles, bro. Like fried chicken and chocolate chip waffles is delicious. But I wouldn't say that's a weird food combination because like that's a legitimate thing. Like a lot of people eat chicken and waffles, so I wouldn't even say it's like it's a like kind of a two completely different things, and it's kind of like a strange combination. But I wouldn't say weird in the fact that not many people eat it because it's like a big thing. It's an actual thing. But I'm trying to think. Trying to think. What weird food combinations do I really enjoy? I don't know, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I'm a extremely picky eater, so I don't really have a weird. That was so loud. That actually scared me. Jesus, man, guys. Whoo! Like this was supposed to be a fun mental health know about me podcast, but this has turned into some Luigi Mansion type shit. Like I feel like I'm about to start telling you a ghost story. Why lightning and thunder and rains just rolling in the background. But yeah, like I said, I'm a picky eater, so I don't really have a weird food combination personally. But yeah, let me know what weird food combinations do you like. Um, I think Alex told me a weird combination and stuff, and I literally said, "Oh, that's a weird combination," but I can't remember what she said. I can't remember. Hold on, let me try to. You know what? I don't want to think. I don't want to think. But anyway, that's the question of the day. That was thunder again. Um, but back to me. So yeah, I'm just my childhood was like you know, it was a thing. I never really had a childhood. One, because, abusive father and stuff. But also, bro, we lived in poverty, dude. We lived in the ghetto. Straight Cheeksville. Don't even know what that means. Don't know why I said it. I regret everything. But yeah, we lived in poverty and it was bad. Like our old trailer was infested by mice. And I'm talking about it was to the point where like we killed a mouse and two would take its place. Like I swear to God, bro, those things multiplied. Those mice multiplied. Like, we hired exterminator, we had sticky pads, we had mouse traps, we had poison, but they were just they were multiplying. We couldn't kill them fast enough. Like, bro, it was so bad, dude. I remember we got in the van one time, dude. We got in the van one time, and I opened the glove box because my dad told me to get something. A mouse jumped out of the glove box, and there was like 8 or 9 baby mice just there in the glove box. That that thunder actually shook the house. Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna die, dude. Y'all were literally gonna hear me die on the podcast. But anyway, there was 9 or 10 baby mice, and when I say baby mice, I mean newborn baby mice. They were pink and hairless. They looked ugly. And then my dad just scooped them up and threw them out the car. So I think they died. But it was horrifying. Like, I would go to bed and stuff, and like I was 7 at this time. I would wake up, and there would be like a mouse like right in front of my face, right in front of my face, and it was horrifying. I have such a fear of mice. Like, I hate rodents so much, dude, guys. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how much I hate rodents. Cause like it was traumatizing. It scared me. To this day. To this day, I still haven't got over it. It was scary. It was horrifying. But hey, man, that was the poverty life for you. And also, I would go a long time without eating food because, like, we barely could afford food as it is. And once we got food, the mice, those little shitheads, Ratatouille and his gang, would just eat half the food. So my 7-year-old stomach would just not eat some days because the mice just ravaged it. Like, the audacity, bruh. Like, what in the Ratatouille? What in the Stuart Little? Like, these mice would just rummage through my kitchen. Bruh, they took out my s'more Pop Tarts. They took out my Captain Crunch, not Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't like Captain Crunch, by the way. I mean, it tastes fine, but, bruh, have y'all ever had Captain Crunch? I swear, eating Captain Crunch is like eating knives. It is. It hurts. A lot. But yeah, the mice would just, bruh, they would just take everything, dude. Like, desperate times call for desperate measures. I literally used my sister's easy bake oven. Y'all ever had an easy bake oven? You know how small those easy bake oven meals are. They were tiny little morsels, dude. They were so small. They can barely fit. Oh well, they can fit in the palm of my tiny 7-year-old hand, and I would still have plenty of room. They were small. But like I said, desperate times call for desperate measures, and like we didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. I needed that easy bake oven to survive some days. I needed it to survive. And survive I did because the one thing I'm a survivor. I survived a lot. I survived a lot. I did. I had a allergic reaction to pine nuts one time. Almost took me out. I'm still mad about that because if y'all didn't know, I am a huge football fan. I love football, and I remember this was Ray Lewis's last game. Ray Lewis is one of the greatest defensive players that ever stepped foot on the field. This was his last game, man. His last game, and I missed it. I remember the Super Bowl was the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. And this was when Joe Flacco was popping off. He's on the Browns now, I think. He might have had an extension. I don't even know, but it was the Ravens and the 49ers. Like I said, it was Ray Lewis's last game, and I had an allergic reaction like 3, maybe 4 hours before the game. And once I come back, the game was over. I saw Ray Lewis and the Ravens holding up the trophy. The Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, and I missed everything. I didn't even see a single snap. I left before the game started, and when I came back, they were holding the Lombardi trophy, celebrating. And I was so upset because I'm like, bro, that was Ray Lewis's last game, man, and I missed it. But that's okay though, because you know, I mean, it's not okay because like I'm still upset to this day. Like it was a memorable moment. It was a big game. So I did see a couple other last games, like Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl and retiring, even though it came against my Carolina Panthers. It was still good to see him, retire with a ring. But yeah, that's just my survival instincts. I'm good at it. I'm good at it. Good at surviving. Um, but I'm also a cautious person. Now, I've never broken a bone before, and I never fractured anything. I never had to have stitches. I twisted and sprained my ankles before, and I say ankles because I've done it multiple times with both ankles. I'm just really accident prone. So like the fact that I'm so accident prone and clumsy, yet I still haven't got seriously injured is really impressive. I mean, I think I should get a medal. I ain't even gonna lie, but I'm so clumsy. But somehow I have been able to avoid serious injury, and I'm proud about that. But it's definitely gonna happen. Before I die, I think I'm gonna break a bone. I think it's gonna happen. I think everybody breaks at least one bone before they die. Well, most people. I wouldn't say everyone, but most people break a bone before they die. So, but yeah, that's basically my backstory. That's my life. We talked about my abusive father, poverty and stuff. Oh, I'm trying to move out though. Currently, I live in South Carolina, but I am going to be moving with my uncle. Yeah, I'm gonna move in with my uncle sometime next year. He lives in Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I'm gonna move there. And while I'm there, I'm gonna save up some money because me and Alex are gonna move together. Um, I'm gonna move to Jersey with Alex, but it might be a few years and stuff. Plus, she got college and stuff, so I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna be, but I'm looking to move in with her in like a couple years. I want to try to be in Jersey by sometime in 2026, but I don't know. Things could change. I might move there sooner. I might move there later, but eventually, me and Alex are gonna be in the same household. And as for this TNA podcast, um, it might be visual. Hopefully the visuals will be up by then, and we'll figure all that stuff out. But I kind of want to I have to talk about her, but I kind of want to have like two beanbags and stuff. Maybe we could have like a custom plaque or a custom TNA like logo plaque, and we could like have these two beanbag chairs on like a blank wall and stuff, and we'll have like the plaque of like the new TNA logo on the thing, on the wall behind us, and maybe we might have a couple other things. The logo is a panda. Aurora, the panda, is our official mascot of TNA. So maybe we could just have panda themed around. Maybe like Alex probably has some panda plushies because she's obsessed with pandas. So she probably has some panda things we could put around. And I just want to have like an actual set and stuff. And we'll just put the camera on a tripod and just record, episodes in person and stuff. But that might be that's not gonna be anytime soon. But those are like the plans I want. But like I said, I have to talk with Alex about it to see what she thinks. But those are definitely things I want to do for the future. And as far as like TNA goes, because I kind of, by the way, this is a shameless plug, but we made a video talking about the brand new logo. It is officially on the channel right now. So go and watch that, guys. But basically, to summarize, we didn't really answer what I wanted to do for the podcast or what we wanted to do for TNA because I didn't know at the time and she didn't know. But I kind of have an idea now, but I'm still not like entirely sure. But I just, I want this to be like a safe place, right? Where I want to go with TNA, I want us, when I say us, I mean like me and Alex. Even though I'm not really a co-founder or anything, I'm not like partially like Alex kind of owns everything. So I don't own anything. I don't own a single percentage of the company, but that's okay. I don't really need to. And it's not like I mean it'll be cool, but it's not necessarily anything I want. So I really don't care. But yeah, it's kind of Alex owns like 100% of it now because things happen, but we're not gonna get into that. But I want to like take TNA and make it a safe place. I want people to just be able to tell their kids, like, hey, there's this thing called TNA, and they help kids with depression, anxiety, you know, like if they don't fit in, we'll like talk them through it. I want that to be a thing because kids, a lot of kids need therapy and stuff. And even if you don't need therapy, I still think everyone should have a therapist regardless of if you're mentally ill or not. Like I don't like saying mentally ill because it sounds like a negative thing, but there's really no, I really don't know how to put it, but mentally ill sounds like I'm saying, yeah, you're psychotic, which I'm not. But I still think everybody needs a therapist, even if you're not sad or depressed or you're not dealing with any mental disorder or stuff. I still think you should have a therapist just to talk to about life. Everybody should have one. I personally don't have one because I can't really afford one right now. But if you could afford one, I highly recommend. And not every therapist is the same. Like not every therapist is the same. You're not going to click with the first therapist. Maybe you might. Some do. You meet your therapist, the first ever one, and you just hit it off. But, a lot of the time, that first therapist you just don't vibe with, and that's okay. There is a therapist out there for everyone that just you just get, you click with, it just feels like you're just sitting there talking to a buddy. I definitely need therapy, but like I said, can't afford it right now, but definitely something I want. And I know Alex doesn't like therapy because, she says that it makes her feel worse. And sometimes it does. Therapy is not for everyone, and that's okay. I would recommend that you at least give it a try though. Like, don't say it's not for you or you don't want to do it. Like, just at least try it first. Like, give it a chance. And if you try it and it's not working and you're just miserable, then you can stop. But I at least want everyone to, like, try to do therapy at least once, maybe more than once, maybe like 2 or 3 times. Because like going to a therapist just one time and then realizing it's not for you, that's not enough time for you to get a feel what's it about. So like maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times. I would say 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4 times, and after the fourth time, if it's still not working for you, then you can stop. Because I know that therapy isn't really for everyone. I knocked over my mic again. But that's basically it. I think I'm gonna wrap up the podcast. So, we talked about a little bit about myself. I hope that now you guys can understand the real me. Like, I'm not this silly, goofy guy. I mean, I am. That is a big part of me, but that's not all I am. Like, I get sad too. I get depressed, upset, angry. Like, I hate life sometimes. I love life sometimes. Sometimes I love life, sometimes I hate life. It really depends. But yeah, I'm not just this fun guy who's just happy all the time. Like, I get depressed and sad like everyone else. But it matters how you deal with it, all right? Like, everybody hurts sometimes. It's completely fine to not be okay. All right. I know that sounds cheesy and cliche and like, yep, sounds like it should be on an inspirational poster, but it's literally true. You know, everybody hurts some days, and it's okay to be afraid. But everybody cries, everybody screams. It's just normal. It's part of being human. If you didn't get sad and if you don't really have emotions, then either one, you're a sociopath, or two, you're a robot or alien. Or maybe you're both. You could be a robot alien. I don't know. But yep, gonna wrap up the podcast there. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you hit that like button as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe while you're down there. Like I said, podcast is gonna be every there's a new schedule. I think Alex said it's gonna be every Thursday and Sunday. If I'm wrong, I will correct it. And the mindful minute. I know for a fact it's Sunday. Like, mindful minutes are gonna be every single Sunday. And I think Thursdays are the serious topic. So every Thursday and every Sunday, you can expect a podcast on YouTube and you can expect a podcast on Spotify. Those are the only two things. I'm pretty sure it's just Spotify and YouTube. So Spotify, YouTube, every Thursday, every Sunday, 2 podcasts a week from here on out. I'm gonna try my best to do it. Alex should be back for the mindful minute. She unless she like dies and stuff. But like I said, leave nice comments for her. Wish her good health, good luck, because she is going through it right now. She's going through it. But anyway, guys, I will see you in another podcast episode. See you Sunday. Bye.